According to the AARP, criminals steal over $28 billion from senior citizens every single year. Much of that money is never recovered, and that can cause huge problems for elderly folks on fixed incomes, as you can imagine. So in honor of Older Americans Month, we are now joined by a local financial professional and our friend Tony Drake from Drake & Associates. Tony, good morning to you.
Good morning.
So a lot of red flags that we can all watch out for, whether it's for a loved one or just someone watching right now. How can they avoid being targeted by one of these scammers?
It's a great topic to talk about. I mean, scammers are coming from many different sources, but by far the most common perpetrators, believe it or not, are people that the seniors know. Strangers steal about $8 billion from this age group, but about $20 billion is stolen from families. And Alex, that really leads to the second problem. Oftentimes, these folks aren't reporting this either because they're embarrassed it happened to them, or they don't want their family or friend, someone connected to the family, to get in trouble. So it's a real issue, real dollars, and for folks on those fixed incomes, it can be problematic.
So why do these family members usually target seniors in particular?
Yeah, I think, every age group really does get targeted, but seniors are often targeted because they have a little bit more money in their account. They've saved for retirement for their whole lives. And it's a pretty tempting target for criminals. And one of the biggest problems with elder scams is that victims are often retired. They get taken by these criminals. They can face a big issue trying to replace that money. I work with older adults who are in or near retirement, and one of their biggest fears is running out of money. If someone steals from you, that can exasperate that or make that fear come true. So, you really do want to be careful, especially when it comes to family or friends. One of the things we really tell folks to watch out for, if you get a call and someone's really pushing you to do something urgently, probably great to pause, look into it a little bit, and make sure it's real.
So what can we do if a loved one's listening right now, if they feel like they have a grandma or grandpa that could be a target? What should they do? What are some of the red flags to look out for?
So you really want to watch for sudden and unexplained banking habits. If someone suddenly begins withdrawing large sums of money or sending an unusual number of money orders, that can be a sign that they're getting scammed. Don't be afraid to ask questions if you see this happening. Find out why they withdrew the money. Oftentimes you'll discover someone convinced them to do this, so you want to be careful. You also want to see unexpected changes to financial documents. If an elderly loved one suddenly changes their will, especially if they're adding people you don't know as heirs, that could be a big red flag. I tell my clients to keep their will and other estate planning documents up to date. We check those often to help watch for this. Some changes are normal, but there should be some signs at times that this could be happening. And if the changes are out of character for that senior, then ask them questions about what led to those changes. The last thing you really want to keep your eye out for is unnecessary services, from unneeded home repairs, fake antivirus programs. Seniors frequently fall victim to schemes that charge them money for services that they don't need or are fake. So if you notice a senior family member has a new roof or a driveway or unusual programs on their computer, that could be a sign that they've been taken by a scammer.
And if this does happen, what's the number one piece of advice you would give to somebody? What should they do?
Well, number one, they really want to, especially if they've taken your social security number, there's some great resources through the 3 credit bureaus where you can lock your credit so they can't take out loans and do some other things, under your social security number.
Awesome, Tony. Well, let's get you that website. Tell us where people can go to get your advice or help with anything related to finances.
We have some great resources at drakeandassociates.net.
Perfect. Tony, it's always a pleasure to chat with you. Thank you for your advice. We always look forward to it.
Thank you.
Sure.